and welcome back to another episode of Burning Questions. My name is Bali, and today I have two amazing guests, Sholin and Herman. Guys, welcome to Burning Questions.
Hello, Mbali, and I must say, I sometimes, I just look at Sheldon and I'm just like, I can't pull the street cred that he just does with a hoodie, and I'm here and just thinking, I don't have it. I don't have it. My coolness stopped in 1921.
Drip is forever, man. Drip is forever.
So it was declining the same way apartheid was, if I'm getting that correctly.
Wow,
1921 has nothing to do with apartheid and everything to do with operatic things. But let's not disqualify the ability of the youth to listen to us by me going into my interest of 1921.
Yeah, no, let's not do that. This is not the right platform. Okay, maybe taking the stint, definitely, but let us get into it. So, guys, for today, the question that we have is, who do we vote for to save South Africa? HP, I think I'll start with you. Who should South Africa vote for in order to see change in this country?
So, that is a massive question. It's also a very personal question, because the one thing, when we started FAN a few months ago, and we started this journey, one of the things that we really wanted to do was not promote a specific political party. That's why nowhere in any of our content or explaining who we are, or even our podcast and so, will you find us aggravating for a specific political party or
is low key doing that because we read, but that's not what we're talking about right now.
But that's whoa. In that case, we can either be supporting Santa Claus or Mr. Price in the election, or Kit Kat or Coke.
Let's go Kit Kat, yes.
Yes. I mean, South Africans need a break. They need a Kit Kat. But so I think so we deliberately don't endorse a political party. So I'm not going to do that today. I think I know who I'm going to vote for, and perhaps I'll mention it. I'll see how I feel in a few minutes' time. Mm-hmm. The thing is, who do we vote for to save South Africa? The moment people ask that question and we answer it with a specific, you vote for party A or party B or party C, we're achieving the opposite of what we want to do with FAN. It's no longer empowering people, it's instructing people. And that's what we don't want to do. What we want to do is get people to think, this is an important question. I need to answer it for myself. What do I need to know to answer this question for myself? And I think the best place to start with is to figure out, what do you believe in? You as a person, you listening to this, watching this, what do you want from this country? Because the moment you don't have an answer to that, then nothing we say can, or nothing any political party says, can really build a connection with you. Myself, I want a South Africa where people are treated as people and not as race groups. I want a South Africa where unemployment goes down every time we get new unemployment statistics. I want a country where people are free to choose to live the lives they want to live, because the life I want to live and the life you want to live is not the same life. But there's this idea that somehow that needs to be secondary, or somehow I need to impress on you the life I want to have. Otherwise, you're going to impress on me the life I want to have. And that's essentially what we've been seeing in politics in South Africa for the last 100 years. Just people choosing a life, choosing a way of looking at the world, and then forcing it down the throats of other people. And the apartheid government did that with immense aggression, using the police and all that. And the ANC government has been doing that, not as, aggressively, but still the principle is there. The principle is there. Agree with us or else. Under apartheid, it was agree with us or else you will go to prison or die mysteriously in some police vehicle somewhere. Today, South Africa is a better country, but there's still this or else. Agree with us or else you won't get a job. Agree with BEE or we will kill your business. Agree with the government's idea of race-based policies or we will come after your school. So there's still this or elseness. It's less violent. It's definitely a step forward, but there's still this or elseness. So first thing you need to understand is, what do you want? If your answer to that question is, I just want someone to fix the country, then that's not good enough in a way. Then you need to ask yourself, if you're saying you want to fix the country, what does a fixed South Africa look like? Then if you can say to me, okay, a fixed South Africa looks like a country with low unemployment, then I can say, we've got something there. Let's look at the data. Let's look at South Africa's history. Let's look at research to see what policies and what decisions and what types of political parties get unemployment down. That's a start. So if you don't know what you want from this country, if you don't know what a fixed or a saved South Africa look like, I can't help you. You must get beyond that point yourself. So once you know what you want from this country, once you know what a fixed or a saved South Africa looks like, then you have two more considerations that I'll quickly go through. Look at the parties on offer. Go to the trouble of looking at their records in government, looking at their plans, and then also looking at the people in charge. Now, I hate personality politics. I hate the idea of voting for this person because of who they are. But that does play a role. Policy comes first, but then you have to look, is this someone who will do what they are promising, and do I like what they are promising? And then a last thing, a very, very interesting side note. The election system in this country is changing in the next few years. The 2024 general election will be on a new system or a changed system. That means for the first time, independent candidates, in other words, people not affiliated with an official political party, will be able to become members of parliament. So go to the trouble of thinking for yourself whether this independent voice, whether they're from your community or someone else trying to represent your community, ask them the same questions. And if you don't get a satisfying answer, not from the parties or the people standing for office, well, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to dare you to stand for office yourself. But that goes back to, what do you believe in? What do you think a fixed or a saved South Africa looks like? What are the policies on offer? And do you think the people offering those policies will act on them in the way that you think is worth voting for?
True. Thanks for that, HP. Yeah, you can go ahead, Charlotte.
Well, if I can emphasize the point that HP made, is that, when we look for political parties or public figures to actually represent us, I do also think that it's important, obviously, that we look for track records of honesty, of consistency, where they do what they say they're going to do. But I also think that HP is right when he mentions that we need to look at what do they actually offer, because I think sometimes the what is sometimes also more important than the who, because is the person you're voting for offering sensible, non-racial, pro-free market policies that actually have a track record of proving that it can improve the lives of ordinary people, actually. And therefore, we also need to be wary of if politicians are, campaigning and asking for your vote on a basis of fear, of resentment, of division. That is extremely dangerous, because then I can guarantee you they will lead this country to more fear, to more resentment, and to more division.
Charlotte, let's just go right into it. I think this is a question for you. And you are about to inspire me as to why I should vote. Why do you think, or let me rather phrase it like this, why do you think it's important for South Africa's youth to vote?
Yeah, I think the answer is fairly straightforward on that one, to be honest, because I think it's the fact that our future prospects are at stake. Because the policies that are being implemented now will have an effect on our our education is that we want to pursue. It will affect whether or not there is employment opportunities for us. And right now we know that that is limited. If we look at our youth unemployment, if I stand to be corrected, but it's more than 70%. I mean, that's horrific. That's some of the highest in the world. And if we think that we can eventually achieve some of our ambitions, like I'm sure all of us, we want to own a vehicle, we want to own a house, we want to raise a family in a safe environment. Those are ambitions that we have. And those things are not attainable in our current circumstances with the unemployment we have, with the crime statistics we have. And that's why we need to vote in people who actually have solutions for this. And one thing also, HP, I'd like to hear your opinion on this one as well, because what we usually see is that politicians and political figures, they usually come to us with the tendency to be like, we will create jobs for you. But the truth is that they aren't job creators. They are merely there to facilitate an environment where the free market can allow entrepreneurs, can allow small businesses to employ people. So we also need to actually question people on, but how are you going to create the job? How are you going to improve the economic environment for us? Those are the questions we need to ask. And truth be told, in that situation, it's not about race, because race doesn't matter in that point, because a skin color does not determine how competent a person is, or how well they can actually manage. And we shouldn't actually care about the racial identity of our political figures, but we should care about the results.
Yes, sir. You just preached, sir. Amen and amen.
I'm sorry for that rant, Mali. I'm sorry.
No, man, it's okay. That was perfectly answered. HP, I should stop calling you HP as on a public platform. Herman, do you have anything to add?
It's fine, fam.
Before we go into the code card.
I think what Sholin touched on there is absolutely right. And we did a video. One of our fans explained a videos, and watch the space. When I say that, I'm not Cyril Ramaphosa, I actually mean it. Watch the space. There are some more videos down this line coming on that. We already did a video on where do jobs come from. Yeah. How is a job created? Go watch that video. It's two minutes and 10 seconds or something. Yeah. And it looks into the details, because part of what I love about doing this job and what I love about FAN is we understand politics cannot be the priority of ordinary people. It shouldn't be, in a way. Your family, your job, your religion, your philosophy, your education, your love of beautiful things, that should be what you devote your life to. But you can't get those things if you don't have the freedom to get them. Yeah. So we at FAN make it our mission to take the muddy business of politics and policy and philosophy and ideas and ideology, and make it the McDonald's of politics. It's not something you live your life on, but every now and again, that burger goes to the right place. So go appreciate that little fan burger that we made, and watch these videos. Educate yourself, because there's nothing a politician fears more than an informed voter. And fam, if I could end on that thing, that sort of, you showed me the quote you're going to use, and I'm slightly embarrassed because it's a quote from one of my articles, but that's what was going through. That was what was going through my mind when I was writing this article, from which this quote comes. If you want to know who can save this country, take a selfie. If evil triumphs because good people do nothing, it's no secret why things are falling apart. While politics and political campaigning ideally should not be part of people's lives, we live in a reality where if it's not, you're giving up in the long term on things that you actually want. I mean, fitness. I don't want to become fit, but health is something I want. I don't always want to eat healthy, but health is something I want. I don't want to study always, but passing is something I want. If you want the good life of your choice, Perhaps politics is the vegetable on that plate, the broccoli, or the early morning jog, or the late night study. It's not someone else's business. And the moment you start thinking, oh, politics is someone else's problem, then you are down a very dangerous road.
Definitely. So, guys, as you've heard from HP, let's all go take selfies. Let's look in the mirror, because the change depends on us. HP and Charlotte, thank you so much. Okay, all right. Okay.
That's what bossing does.
That's the reason why his name is HP, because wow.
Exactly.
All right, guys, thank you so much for taking your time and joining me to help answer this burning question. And to you at home, remember to send through your questions via Instagram DMs, on Twitter, on Facebook. We'll catch you guys next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Thank you. Peace. This is where everyone has a peace sign. Guys.